Hello everyone, my name is Steve. I want to welcome you to my YouTube channel. In this session, I'm going to show you a little bit about how to add graphics or basically characters to your game. And why did I come upon this recently to decide to do this, to take this direction? Well, I came across some, and I mentioned this in another video, that I noticed that custom thumbnails are kind of a popular thing on YouTube. And as I was doing it, I realized, well, my game is lacking some other characters. So I decided maybe just to add another character in the game, just to kind of, tidy up this this custom thumbnail. So anyways, I started working on a graphic here, a really bad one if I may say so myself. It's supposed to be a snake, and I just basically went to YouTube, I mean not YouTube, I went to the internet, and I modeled him after a snake I found online here somewhere, but I don't know where he went to. But he was it was on the internet. I found them, and I think it's right here. Here it is. Close this out. It was right here. There was this little snake here. I was trying to model him after this one right here. So, not a very good copy or anything. I'm not the greatest, tile artist. But anyways, that's where I wanted to show you. So we're going to implement this little graphic into our game. And I'm using paint.net. For those who don't know what this is, it's a utility tool you can use, and you can download it. It's free online. Create amazing tiles in it. You can kind of zoom in by holding the control key and using your middle mouse button to kind of, zoom in and out. So anyways, let's get this little guy, or this little snake in our game. I'm going to load up Java here. I got it running here in the background. Try to make this one short as I can. See what I have loading here. Rolled, dungeon loader. I'm going to close some of this other stuff here. Kind of get a fresh start here. We'll just close all these. So the first thing you want to do is you'll want to go to the dungeon main, and you're going to pull up assets. This is where all the characters are initialized. The tiles are actually initialized, a buffer image, as I explained before. It's just each one of these is a buffered image. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. So, let's take a look at that. And we'll stick him in here somewhere. These are actually the players. So these are all represent the players, not the tiles, if I wanted to kind of mention that here. So, we're going to use it right here. I'm just going to kind of, I think I could probably utilize this one, but I'm going to create another one just for purposes. But I know I don't think I'm using the erase tile for anything, so I'm going to just, we'll start it probably right in there. I'm just going to put a little space in there. We'll come right back here in a minute. So right underneath the player, we're first going to initialize and instantiate the buffered image for it. Oh, actually I don't need this. I'm sorry. We already got player initialized. So this is already going to call the player and instantiate the player class in here. So if you hold over here, you can kind of see it's already pulling in the sprite sheet class. I said player class, I meant sprite sheet, excuse me. And then I'm just going to add him in here anywhere, probably to the top here would be good. You just start like this, public static in buffered image, and you just create a name. Obviously we'll just call him Snake. Just for now, I'll just call him Snake. And then you just go down here, and we're going to create, kind of copy what we see above there. Player, that's the player sprite sheet. And then dot, this is running a little slow today. Get tile. If you hit enter, it'll automatically, pre-fill for you. So now we're going to need to locate where he's at. Now I know this map starts at 3 because it's actually 3 positions over here. Let me zoom in a little bit to show you. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3, and he starts right at 3 there. And then all we do is kind of count down how far down the snake is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I already have this pre-defaulted in my game. I think it's down here somewhere. Actually, it's in the other class. I'm going to need to open up the other class just so I can get the pre-defaults. Bear with me 1 second here. So let's see, assets. Trying to remember where I stored it. Not in game loop, game state, maybe in generator. Looking for the block class. There it is. So in block, here. I have them pre-defaulted here somewhere. Where are my pre-defaults set? Maybe they are in the assets class. Maybe I'm just losing it for the night. It's hot over here tonight in Phoenix. So trying to figure out where it went to. Let's see, am I missing a step here somewhere? Give me 1 second here. Time out for a moment. Okay, I just realized I had actually removed this commented code earlier. This is actually going to locate where the the tile is located in the map. So what did I say it was? 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we just count here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's going to be at 131 on the y-axis, and it's going to be 3, 131. So this is going to be 3 that we locate them, 131, and you just set his width and his height. Oops. You guys, now we got the snake in there. Now we just want to call his get method so we can return him. Return is going to basically return the buffered image. I just basically copy like previous code and it just rename it something. Get snake is good. Okay, so now we have him. And next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to our block class. Make sure I don't skip anything here. I have to go down here to the bottom, and I'm going to basically add it into the enumerations list so we can locate our little snake here. Stick them right after this one. Good place. So now that we have enumerated, we're going to add them into our case conditions, which is basically checking each block type or each tile in the map, basically. All the tiles that we have loaded from here, the asset section, it's basically looking at all these tiles that we created, and it's searching them by the enumeration list. So this would be 1, 2, 3, and so on. And it just goes down each one as it locates 1, 2, this is going to be represent 1, this is going to be 2, and of course our snake is going to be a 3. I'm going to bump down the list here. I'm going to change this to snake. I'm going to implement them. And block here, this is going to call the get method. You notice this says erase tile. Just go here and hit the dot, and we're going to look for the snake. There he is. Now we have a little snake we can implement somewhere into our program or a game. Just trying to see if there's anything else. I don't think this is all for collisions. If I'm going to set collisions, which I'm not right now, we're just going to basically plot him into the game, or drop him into the map so we can see him. So the next step we're going to need is we're going to need to go to the world class, which I believe is in generator. Yep. Oh, I just noticed this was actually here. Let me just minimize this. Okay, so we're going to design him into the map here. This is where the map is generated at from Indie Developers Code. And I kind of explained what these are. These are each like representing the numbers inside of the map. So we're going to go to the map file. Since we already got the snake drawn, I'm just going to save here and close this for now. We should be able to find him easily. We already got him pulled in from the buffered image. And we're going to go pull in our map. Map 5. And zoom it in. And we're going to find the color for our snake. And then find a place to put him in here in the world. Obviously I'm going to try to use a green tile. I always try to make them match pretty close to what the color that they are currently. Trying to figure out where my color thing went to. It's really weird. Where did it disappear to? It got stuck in the background somewhere. Let me just take a look here. We got the tools here, but the color thing is missing. And there's stuff going on here with updates and everything. Might have to just restart it. I don't know where it went to. We can probably just pull it here, maybe. It's time for a pause again. Okay, so I found out that apparently if it disappears here, you just click this little section here, and it brings it back. So it must have hidden behind the screen somewhere, I don't know. Anyways, we got it back. So we're going to pick a color to move on. I'm going to try to maybe do a dark color or something. Maybe even darker than this one. This is like the darkest color I have currently for green. You just go over here and you can control these little controls here. Maybe a little bit darker. I think that should be good right there. Okay, so now we have a place. We're going to a color we've selected for our snake. Go back to our map, which I have to click on it to make it active. And then this is kind of our starting position right here, and over here is where the water is. So I have to kind of stick them up here somewhere, maybe. I'll stick them on a little hill or something. I'll stick them in this corner right here. So we have the color. We just go here to the pencil, and we can plot him in here. I'm trying to think. This is the wall. This would be over here somewhere. So here's the ladder. I stick them right there somewhere. That should be good. We'll save that. So now our little snake should appear right next to this ladder. And I'll show you where that's at on the map here. We're just going to bring back our Java, or Eclipse, and we're going to add this color in. Notice when I clicked on this, it created a hexadecimal color, so we're going to use this color, and we're going to implement it inside the world class here. Make it scan, because what this world class is doing, I explained this before, but it's basically scanning through all the tiles in your game, and it's looking for colors in this map. So it's basically scanning through this map. I said that wrong. It's actually scanning through the map here and looking for the colors. This right here is selecting the color by its coordinate right here, by its RGB or red, green, blue. So it's basically looking for all these colors that we have in here. Once it finds a specific color, like if you clicked on a color here, say we clicked on this little blue one, and we have 0046FF. I know where this one is at, but I'll show it to you. It's right down here actually. 046FF, so it's going to plot in a watercolor, which is exactly what that is right there. And if we get back to our green, we're going to implement our green there. We're going to put it toward the top since he's an actual game character. Or actually, I think I stuck him at the bottom. Let me just stick it at the bottom. I think that's where all the game characters are. Let's take a look. Yeah, they're at the bottom. So I'll just stick them at the bottom here. Copy in our little case. Now all we have to do is go over here, take this, highlight it. You can Control C or you can copy it. Just copy for now. And I'm going to just highlight over this, Control V. Now, says it's a duplicate case. I guess I'll have to change it by a little bit. I didn't realize I had a duplicate color like that. Must have been one I removed here. So I'm going to have to go back and I'm going to have to... Did I click on the right one? Oh, I didn't click on the right one. I was clicking on one that was actually... So I was originally clicking on this stalagmite, and that one is already existing, so I'll go back and do this right this time. Control C, and change it. There we go. Now, all we have to do is go over here. Remember we implemented our enumeration earlier? And this dot is the easiest way to do this. And just look for our snake. Right. He's not existing here. Let's see, did I miss something here? Let me make sure there's not any errors over here. That I know I added him in here. Snake, right there he is. Block type. Get snake. Yeah, unless I've got this in the wrong class. Let me make sure. Oh, you know what? I picked the wrong class. I picked the dungeon leader. So I'm just going to go back and copy this one. I have all these different projects. Sometimes it's hard if I go back in and I select the wrong one. I'll be trying to use a copy from a previous project. So I'm just going to close this one and make sure I pull the right one this time. How embarrassing. And close dungeon leader. I was doing that when I was looking for those commented sections earlier. And we'll just go back to here and we'll pull it right there. Now we know we're in track. Let's go back and re-add it. And this time it will be there. There we go. Okay, a little bit of backtracking there, but we got our snake in, so now everything should be good. It should be scanning and loading in the snake in our game. So if I don't have any errors, I'm going to try to run it. It's like vibrating my speakers. Okay. You should be right down by the ladder here to get it correctly. He's not. Pretty sure that's where I put him. Let me just go back down to make sure he didn't appear somewhere else. Alright, so, oh, very important. I know what I forgot. I remembered this. So when you add a new character to your map, or whenever you add a character or you adjust your map, it means basically you need to update Java and let it know. Because right now it doesn't know that the snake is implemented in your graphic, even if you saved it. The editor has no way of updating that. So what you do is you basically just click on your project. You can either right click, you can hit refresh, or you can hit F5. It'll do the same thing. Now he should be there. There he is. He looks kind of ugly, but he's there. We'll also probably need to move his graphic up a little bit because it's scanning from top to bottom and from left to right. So it's basically picking up the tile underneath him. So all we need to do, I believe, is if we move him up, that'll do it. Let me just close this out. Notice this video is getting too long. My apologies. Okay, so let's go back there and let's change that, and that should be good for this one. It's on the y-axis. Let's get X, and this is Y. That should do it. You don't need to refresh this, only you need to refresh like your tiles. And if I did mention also, your tiles are actually stored down here in your resources. You'll see them right here. So actually this is the background, excuse me. Actually, you know what, I'm sorry, they're not here. I actually have them right here, I'm sorry. Because I probably need to move them to these folders, but I actually have them in that class right there, so it's right, it's in here somewhere. It's right mask right here, character mask 2. And if you go over here, this is map 5. Map 5 is right here. And if you close this out, and if you recall when I opened up the other one, it's character mask 2 right here, which is where our little snake is. Right there. So we run it this time anyways, it should be corrected. I know how to add characters in the game. There he is, it looks perfect to me. It's kind of big too, Amy. No collision text, so you can do whatever you want, walk right through them. It's not going to touch anything. It's kind of giant too, Amy. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this session. Please subscribe, like this channel, and look forward to hearing about your comments and everything. And keep the Java up. Let me know about any Java stuff you're working on. I'd like to see your projects as well. Thanks for watching, guys.